Well, hello, my name is Claudia Hill, and welcome to your recruiting information session. I have been at Barrow for a little over 2 months, almost 3 months. I'm definitely looking forward to that 90-day so I can get the blue lanyard. Anyway, my objective today is to give you an overview of how recruitment works at Barrow Health. How many of you have already been a hiring manager at Barrow Health by show of hands? Okay. And how many of you have actually participated in the interview process for another hiring manager here at Barrow Health? Great, great. So today what I'm going to do is actually make sure you understand how we go through the process from a recruitment standpoint and what you can expect as future hiring managers. Okay? So today's takeaways. We want you to understand the recruitment process, how recruitment partners up with your department or with every department. We're going to provide an overview of the entire recruitment process from when you start, like if you have a new position you want to create. And we're going to distinguish the difference between the contact center recruitment versus the support staff recruitment, because it varies. So when you create a position, what we usually like to do is go in and review your staff. So kind of like, let me do some job shadowing if it hasn't already been done. Let me figure out how many people are currently doing a role that's similar, or those job duties that you want to kind of merge together to create this new position, so we can have a better understanding of not only just the job, but the culture of the team and how everything works. So that kind of plays into that partnership, because from an employee standpoint, if HR is spending, this hour and a half with the department and spending 30 minutes with each employee, they kind of feel special, like, wow, y'all really care about us. You want to know what I do on a daily basis. You're not here to give me bad news or good news, like promotions. And they do ask that when you do those one-on-ones. So when am I going to get a raise? But it's okay. We share that. We keep that information in. So anyway, so we build that partnership where not only do we meet with that manager one-on-one about the new job, but we also meet with those team members that are somewhat doing the role, if at all possible. So once that relationship is built, we go back as an HR team, we get together, we kind of create that job description. If the manager's already wrote down some responsibilities, some requirements, we kind of put it together and format it into that Barrow Health job description format. Then we do a compensation analysis. Try to get the similar companies within this area, what salary range they're offering, make sure we're marketable from a competition standpoint. And then your position is open. And so at that point, we're ready to go ahead and create that rec. The finance team has approved our compensation salary range, and so now we're ready to create that open position. Now, when you're backfilling positions, of course, that process is a little different, but I just wanted to show you how we kind of partner up with you and build a relationship with you as well as the team, and then we're ready to transition into the actual recruitment process. So to kind of talk a little bit about the handouts you have from a hiring manager standpoint. So we've done all of this new creating the position, and now the hiring manager is ready to put that rec into the into Gemstar. So once that's done, as you can see, the hiring manager and the recruiter at that point start a strategy meeting, and they get together and talk about that perfect candidate, talk about what steps of the interview process will happen. Now, from a contact center, the difference is they actually interview the candidates. The recruiter actually interviews the candidates on the phone and select those candidates. The hiring manager don't really see those candidates prior to getting their resumes. It's like Glenda has determined they have that compassion, they have everything. We're going to invite them in, and that's when the interviews start, the panels start going. After that interview is selected, the candidate is selected, the interviews are going on, we go into the pre-employment testing process. And they go through a 2-hour interview testing process. Then the hiring team select those candidates to move forward in the shadowing. Job simulation is what we call it. So they participate in those calls, and that's another leg of the interview process, because some of our tenured advocates can let us know, hey, this person was on their cell phone, they weren't paying attention, we're gonna have to, no, I would not recommend, and they can actually get eliminated in that process at that time. So then from there, we're ready to make an offer. We extend an offer, we decline the other candidates, and the candidates at that point starts the pre-employment in process. Go through the background check, criminal check, reference, education, employment verification, and drug screening. Once that is all completed, we are ready to go ahead and start the onboarding process and start a new hire. The difference in the support staff is the recruiter sends those qualified candidates' resumes to the hiring manager before they are ever scheduled to do anything. So they don't participate in a pre-screening, they don't do any of that. They just go straight to the hiring manager. Hiring manager says, yes, we want that person to participate in the interview process. It's a 3-leg interview at that time. They go through a pre-screening, they go through a face-to-face interview and another face-to-face interview, and then we're ready to either make an offer or decline. And then from there, we send decline letters, we make the offer, have them go through the pre-employment process over here at the bottom. Once they have successfully completed that, we go ahead and send the new hire announcement out, we confirm the new hire date and the new hire start. Are there any questions? I know that was a lot. No?
I've got one,
Okay.
and I've always wondered about this. Where typically in the process, if there's going to be a glitch or a problem, does it always happen the same place, or can it happen at any place?
It can happen at any place. And when I say that, let's say in the pre-screening process and throughout the interview, a candidate said that they were working at one company for 2 years and that position was vital to the one that they're going to do for us. But when we get down to that pre-employment process and we can't verify that job, guess what? We just wasted all those interview hours and all of that. So that could be a glitch where it happened in the screening, they pretty much filmed, and now we find out in the pre-employment that didn't happen. Or it could happen in the interview process as well. It could get to that culture interview, and guess what? Lance, Lara, or Andrew, if they say, I don't care how many skills they have, if they don't meet this culture, they cannot come in. Let's start over. And that happens a lot here. And we love it. Okay, there's not any other questions. I look forward to being your recruiting partner. Woo!